SCP-896 is an online RPG or role-playing game. Now, I've done some SCP reactions before around SCPs that were game-related. We had one that was Minecraft. It was like this tentacle beast that was stuck in Minecraft servers, and they were scared that it would come outside of the game. There was one that was an actual game where the people to contain it would actually have to play the game and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting. I've got the number on it, but this one seems like it's going to be pretty cool too. I'm a gamer. I've been playing games for years, ever since Atari, which is, if you know anything about game systems, it's a pretty long time. I'm showing my age here, and not like the beard doesn't. Anyway, I've been playing online RPG games for years as well. I played Ultima Online on and off for 15 years, which was one of my favorites and stuff. And to this day, I still think about it sometimes, man. A lot of nostalgia. Anyway, this one should be cool. This one's by SCP Exposed, guys. Make sure to subscribe to his channel and subscribe to mine if you like reaction videos. And let's get into this one.
Tim could barely wait to get back to his dorm and load up a new game his friend had just let him borrow.
So he's a college
kid.
He
had allegedly gotten a hold of a pirated beta version of a popular online game that had an urban legend tied to it.
A pirated
He skated down the sidewalk as fast as he could and ran
with
straight
his
to his
arms out
room.
like that?
The game finished installing, and Tim began his long anticipated journey.
Pirated beta version
In the
sounds
blink
like
of an eye,
virus to me.
6 hours vanished. Tim hadn't moved from his chair, but he felt heavier the more he played.
MMORPGs?
The next day came,
long time,
but Tim
guys.
decided to skip class
Kill
to spend
hours.
more time playing.
Okay.
His character was progressing fast,
class?
already level 35.
Might be guilty
Tim
of that.
decided it was finally time to get up to stretch and take care of real-life errands.
Thank
When the chair beneath him broke,
And eat some. What?
Tim collapsed on the floor,
Oh,
unable
why is he
to
thick
move.
now?
He noticed his shirt was ripped all over and his pants were unusually tight.
What?
Tim had gotten
He
jacked,
grew.
just like his character in the game.
He got thick.
He tried picking himself off the floor, but couldn't find his center of gravity.
He's struggling,
Tim
bro.
tried yelling for help, but his packs and traps had gotten so large, they were squeezing against his windpipe, making it hard to yell for help, let alone breathe. Tim laid on the ground and tried to stay calm, but knew something was wrong.
You ain't got your phone, man?
How did he get so bulky so fast?
Right.
The only thing
Was
he had
it
been
6
doing
hours?
was playing the game.
Or 6
He
years?
glanced over and looked over
6
at the
months,
computer
maybe.
screen. The idle camera zoomed around his character. Days had passed until Tim's roommate looked for him. He called throughout the dorm and went over to his room. He opened the door and found Tim's body on the ground next to the online
Tim
game.
died.
The cause of death was listed as suffocation, and his character had been kicked due to inactivity.
Dang.
Welcome to SCP
How did
Exposed.
that even happen?
Today, we bring you Safe
Talk to
Class
me about
Subject
it.
number 896,
It's a safe
also known
class,
as the
alright.
online role-playing game.
Right.
But before we begin, be sure to leave a like and hit that notification bell
Will
so that
do,
you don't miss
buddy.
out on any future SCP cases.
I try to hook him up all the time.
SCP-896 is a popular role-playing game known to the public as while the version of the game that was sold to
Redacted?
the public
Yes.
contains no anomalous effects. The original code, created by exhibits traits that warrant the online game's classification as
Right.
an SCP. 896 functions
this
like any
pirated
standard
version
online
is
role-playing game.
The one that's
Players are
pirated.
logged into one of several servers, where
Right.
they are free to create a character using customization tools.
Mm-hmm.
896's effect
Wizards,
occurs when players
ninjas.
create an avatar that shares the exact first and last name of the creator. Once this happens, the user is linked to the avatar through imprinting. Once linked, any changes to the
Imprinted.
online avatar's stats directly affect the player. Researchers are still unsure as to how this is possible, but theorize it may have something to do with the mental state of the user while playing the SCP.
Oh,
In SCP-896, there are 6 basic character stats that skill points can be allocated towards, directly affecting certain aspects of character growth.
Right, your attributes.
These stats are strength, which increase the avatar's power ability, stamina, allowing the avatar to go longer without the need for food,
Not
water,
that
or
kind of go
sleep.
longer, I'm sure.
It
John.
increases
Stop.
physical endurance and resistance to both physical damage and disease.
I'm just being silly.
Charisma, granting the avatar deep understanding of other people,
I
and
got
the
a little bit
ability
of
to
that.
take advantage of this.
Right.
Intelligence, which raises the amount of information retained, making problem solving easier.
I think I'd want
And
intelligence
wisdom,
and charisma.
a moral ethical buff with passive effects.
Wisdom too. Maybe a little bit of strength.
Due to its
and
already
stamina.
widespread public knowledge,
much,
896 is incapable of being contained.
Right.
Since the anomalous properties of the SCP have mostly been neutralized, the production and sale of the game itself is allowed.
How did it
The
get
server hosting
neutralized, though?
SCP-896's original code is housed at Site-15 within the Foundation.
So it's
5
just
standard
the
desktop
original
computers
code.
are to be connected directly to the server. 896 is never to be connected to the internet or any of Site-15's networks,
Makes sense.
and is allowed to be patched through use of physical
No
media
Wi-Fi?
only.
They're
Due
doing
to
LAN
liability
parties,
and
y'all.
possible loss of valuable Foundation data, Foundation personnel below Level 4
Stop.
clearance are not authorized to use SCP-896. Any testing of 896 performed with D-Class personnel is to be monitored for anomalous effects. Containment procedures must be altered for each individual to prevent any security breaches from occurring.
Alright.
In a recently declassified recovery log for 896, reports mentioned that beta code exhibited anomalous effects, such as intercepting intra-office emails. The code was quickly patched, allowing production to continue.
Interesting.
During testing phase 1, conducted by the Foundation,
Grabbing
5
inter-office
D-Class
emails?
personnel were selected and put in a group. Each Class D was assigned a role within the group designed to test one specific statistic and referred to by an alias describing their role. As
Poor
follows:
D-Class, man.
D-896-A, Knight, character focus on stamina. D-896-B, Berserker, character focus on strength.
Right.
D-896-C, Cleric, character focus on
Healing.
wisdom.
Oh.
D-896-Z,
Stats they talk
Warlock, character focus on intelligence. And D-896-E, Bard,
Rogue.
character
or
focus on
Bard or
charisma.
charisma. Okay.
The following is a compiled list of notes taken during the experiment. The subjects have been playing for 1 week. The subjects work well together and have begun searching more dangerous areas of SCP-896 for
They're
magical
getting
items.
deeper. They leveling up.
Knight has been able to maintain a full sprint
Such a
on the
good
treadmill
feeling,
for
man.
2 minutes tolerance.
Nice.
D displays an increased pain.
Okay.
Berserker has begun to develop a more muscular physique and can lift 9% more than control tests.
Nice.
Bard's abilities are hard to quantify as expected. Warlock's abilities in information recall and application have increased dramatically.
Cool.
Cleric
Very
has
cool.
begun conducting highly organized and logical debates with researchers regarding the ethics and purpose
the
of
wisdom?
SCP/human testing.
Interesting.
The subjects have been playing for 2 weeks. Berserker broke his keyboard and mouse by gripping them. Subject has been provided a custom-made keyboard and mouse made of steel.
Steel
All
keyboard.
subjects have begun to defer to Bard's judgment of any situation and begun providing him all magical items, regardless of Bard's actual need or use of the item.
What?
However,
So he's
the
convincing
IQs
him
of
to
the
give it to
subjects
him?
focusing on physical stats has plummeted. Bard, Cleric, and Warlock have significantly reduced energy levels and have lost 20% of their muscle mass over the last 2 weeks.
So it's like
Berserker
because they're
and Knight
concentrating on
quibbled
stats.
over who should receive a magical item, and the argument turned violent.
some more degrading.
Berserker was able to throw Knight into a containment wall before being subdued by security. Knight was unharmed despite causing significant damage to the concrete wall.
He got a lot of hit
Berserker
points.
was easily subdued with the use of a taser.
Uh,
Although he is physically very strong, he possesses no additional toughness or endurance. The
Okay.
converse is true with Knight. Although highly resistant to damage and physical pain, he's no stronger than his control test.
right.
Berserker has been fitted with a standard Foundation shock collar to ensure compliance. Bard was terminated today. Foundation researcher has elected to play Bard's avatar to allow testing to continue.
He got terminated?
Total containment.
Oh, he
breach.
died in
All
the game?
subjects terminated.
Or-
Testing discontinued.
Wait.
To this
I'm
day,
lost.
SCP-896 is enjoyed by millions of players around the world, anomalous effect free.
Ah.
What did you think of this SCP's case? Let us know in the comments and tell us which SCP you'd like to see in future videos. We'll
That's
see you
very,
next
very
week with
interesting.
another
You know,
new case.
with games in general, online RPGs, guys, can take a lot of your time. Like, they'll just suck you right in. If it's a really good game and you're into games like that, adventuring with a party of other players that are balanced to do very well in the game, along with being attached to your friends IRL or friends that you make in game, there's not many experiences like it. It's so rewarding to be able to go on these adventures with people and stuff. It's the same reason why people play Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, you know? I remember I remember there was one time we used to play Ultima Online, as I mentioned before, and it was a few of my roommates that lived together, and my girlfriend actually got, at the time, my girlfriend actually was attacked by one of our neighbors in game when she was at home. Well, she texted me when I was at work. I was like at my restaurant job, which another one of my roommates also worked at, and told us what happened. Y'all, we asked to go home early so we can go kick this dude. It was so hilarious, and we did too. We got off a little bit early. We went home, and we just dedicated our entire night killing this dude over and over and over again to teach him a lesson. It was such a good memory, you know. And at the time, oh man, we were hot, we were mad, man. We just wanted to teach this dude a lesson. It was so good though. But that experience is the only kind that you can really get like it and stuff. Really cool. Hope y'all enjoyed this one, guys. Make sure to subscribe to SCP Exposed. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos too. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.